Oh yeah, unit showcase right here, and it's Index on the Index crossover. Oh yeah. So what I don't do is go over what crests they should have or what equips they should have. I do go over their movesets, passive slash abilities, stream awakenings if they have any, and test them out on a quest. So without further ado, let's go with the skill first, which is called That One's Mine. It does 2000% light damage magic, so she is a magic unit. Recovers all allies HP by 3000, so she does have a little bit of healing capabilities right there. I don't know why I stuttered. Anyways, autofills arts gauge by 4 for 7 seconds. So that right there is good. That's to herself. And she is type EX1, I believe. But the correction would show up on the screen right now. But anyways, this skill, yeah, this one's good. This is very solid, has a good amount of supporting capabilities right there. And then now, the arts spell interception. There's no damage at all whatsoever, but increase all allies arts gauge by 30, reduce all allies damage taken by 30% for 30 seconds. So that right there, pretty good, pretty solid. Has burst arch gen, so that means you could stack with everybody who arch gens in the game. And then now, the 30% DR, that right there is good, solid. However, it does not stack with units like Hero Saitama, since I am gonna do monolith team right here. But anyways, let's go the true arts, Ellie Lima, and I don't know how to pronounce that last name right there. But anyways, 60,000% light damage magic, increase all allies damage and damage to weak element enemy by 100% for 35 seconds. Increase skill CT speed by 100% for 35 seconds. So this one is also good. So what it means right here, weak element enemy, basically means if there's an enemy that is weak to the element of any of your units, then they're gonna go ahead and just, you know, just more damage right there. Basically pretty much 200% damage if it's towards weak element enemy. But this one right here, it makes perfect sense since she arts gauge to herself as well as heals everybody on the skill. But now, let's go with the super arts, Dragon Breath. It does 160,000% light damage magic. Increase all allies magic equip CT speed by 40% and reduce enemies magic resistance by 40% times number of magic equips by unfallen allies for 25 seconds. So yeah, she increases equip CT right there. That means yes, it could stack with Star God Lisa's equip CT, since that one is towards all equips and Index is only specifically magic. And then now right here, reduce enemies magic resistance by 40% times number of magic equipped by unfallen allies for 25 seconds. So basically that means the more magic equips you have towards allies that are not KO, defeated, or anything like that at all, then it'll increase the amount of magic res towards the enemy or boss right there. So that is pretty unique, but also pretty good. This should stack with unconditional magic res. It should, since this one is conditional. Now let's go with the passive slash abilities right here. Magic resistance level 2, magic damage from enemy 10% down. So that right there is fine. A little bit of damage mitigation. Then BE output level 4, BE output 20% up. That right there is fine. And then now her unique passive slash ability, Grimoire Library. Autofill light units arts gauge by 3 when Index is not in status ailment. So you really want her to be with a monolith team right here, because this archgens for light units. So now let's go look at the team, which I've said before what it is. Yes, it is a monolith team. So Chloe right here for archgen as well as healing, and then Ilya right here for archgen as well as she is gonna be the DPS for the team. And then Saitama, he's just mainly there to be the tank, and that's basically pretty much it. So the quest right here is chapter 21 challenge quest. Oh yeah, so let's get right into it. All right, here we are. So I'm gonna activate all of their skills first right here. Oh yeah, then afterwards their defense equips, and I'm actually gonna give this to Ilya since she is gonna be the main DPS for the team. Yeah, okay, so Saitama is stunned right here. Well, hopefully that doesn't matter too much. I'm gonna go ahead and do arts right here, mostly for arch gen. Yeah, then I'm gonna go ahead and do true arts with Saitama, because I know I said it earlier in the video that their DRs do not stack, but I just mostly did that for arch gen right here. Oh yeah, all right, so everything is good and dandy so far. So what I'm gonna do with Ilya, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do arts, that way we could get that light res down right here. Let's go ahead and do true arts with Saitama, and then I'm gonna do super arts with Ilya. Oh yeah, okay, well Chloe got stunned, but hopefully that doesn't matter too much. I'm gonna go ahead and activate all of that. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, cool. Oh yeah. All right, Saitama. So if there we go, let's go ahead and do true arts. All right, with index, I'm actually gonna go ahead and do super arts. Yeah, see, that is a good, you know, a good reason why. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and do super arts. I don't know, I was just fumbling on my words a little bit right here, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. All right, there we go. Yeah, you go ahead and do that, but that is fine. Let's go ahead and do true arts once again. So I'm gonna go ahead and do super arts with Ilya right here. Yeah, let's go once again. Yeah, you know what, let's go ahead and activate all of that right here. Boss, you better not go ahead and do arts. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So let's go look at the details. So you can see right here, yeah, Ilya did 21.9 million damage, and then Saitama is close to her, which is a little bit surprising since I only did true arts with him. Then there is Index, and then Summer Chloe, they're around, you know, kind of the same. And then damage taken, yeah, because the boss does target whoever does the most damage. And then recovery, yeah, Summer Chloe, but then, ooh, look at that, Index didn't do too bad right there with the healing. And then break, even though you don't need break at all. So my thoughts on Index right there is, I think Index is a solid unit, especially if you have mono light either building or you already have it, as well as if you have other magic units on the team. Even though, yes, I understand that I only had one other magic unit on that team, which is Ilya, but even so, it still worked out pretty well because it was still mono light, to where Index's passive could still be activated right there. So if you have either of those, then I'd say, yeah, Index is very good, very solid. But outside of mono light, as long as it's mono magic, she should do just fine, well and dandy. But if it's even outside of that, and if you try to put her on general teams, then that's where she's gonna struggle quite a bit. So anyways, let me know what y'all think about Index right there. Oh yeah, if you want to know what Summer Chloe does, because I did make a video on her, it's gonna be up on the screen right now. Yeah, anyways, peace.